Invest 97L is continuing to develop in the eastern Atlantic. As you can see, this core has really started to develop right here, and it's becoming increasingly more defined. So we're going to go to the NHC, see what they have to say about this. So here we go. This is as of 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Showers and thunderstorms are also showing signs of organization in association with a low-pressure system located over the far eastern Atlantic, a few hundred miles south-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Environmental conditions appear conducive for further development of this system, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next day or two, while it moves towards the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour to the west of the Cabo Verde Islands. This system is expected to reach cooler waters and an area of stronger upper-level winds early next week, which should limit its development. Chances through the next 48 hours and 5 days are the same. It's at 70%, but that's up from 40% and 60%. So keep that in mind. So we're going to go first do the tracks, and then we'll do the intensity. Tracks, all the models are very split. It's similar to Invest 95L, the models are pretty split 3 days out, with some of them moving more to the east, like HWFI and the UK XI. The rest of them have it moving more to the north, and then there's more models that have it moving to the west after it reaches like 22, 21, 24, 21 to 23 degrees north. So this, like the HMNI and the COTI, my apologies. So yeah, the models are very split. So after 24 hours, I'm taking all these with a grain of salt. You guys should as well if you're listening from if you're watching this. So yeah. And now we'll go to the intensity. Shockingly enough, the HWFI has this going up to a hurricane, which after this it's expected to move more towards the east than more towards the north. So yeah, take all these models with a grain of salt. This thing hasn't even fully developed yet, so it could become a hurricane, but it's too early to say. Just take it with a grain of salt. Just like the models with Invest 95L, take these with a grain of salt. This thing hasn't even fully developed yet. As soon as this thing develops, though, which should likely be around tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, we'll have a better understanding and we'll have a better confidence in the models. So there's the intensity right there. This is the satellite right here. So what I'm gonna do is back this up. This is already at 60 frames, so we're gonna back this up we're gonna back this up to 70 frames. So there you have it. That core starting to develop. Just note those minus 80s and 70s were there. Yeah, those minus 70s, minus 80s. There you go. It's really becoming a little more defined. And yeah, the organization's getting better. The center of circulation is starting to get a little better. It's like Invest 95L. This thing is organizing at not as nearly as fast as 95L. It's taking its time with it, but it isn't organizing at a modest pace. So I figured I'd put that out there. So here are some key takeaways I want you guys to know before we go. One, it says a 70% chance of development, and it's not going to hit the Cabo Verde Islands, but it could come. It's not really going to impact them, but they could get some bad surf and everything. So they should keep that in mind if you're tuning in from the Cabo Verdes. So yeah, 2, environmental conditions are conducive for further development of the system, and a tropical depression is likely to form the next day or so. 3rd, take these models after 24 hours with a grain of salt. Take all of these with a grain of salt. It's too early to say. All these models are split. That's the 3rd takeaway. So, well, this is more of a wait and see situation right here. So that's the key takeaway. 4, take the intensity with a grain of salt. This thing hasn't even fully developed yet. Once this thing becomes a tropical depression, we'll have a better understanding of it, and we'll figure out with the environmental conditions and with the rate of organization how strong this could get. And the last key takeaway is that the system, like I said, is organizing. It's organizing at a modest pace, so I'll be keeping a close eye on this. So Be sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates.